Hey, what's going on, guys? Daniel Kump here. If you've never made an iMovie, it's really not that difficult. I learned literally just through trial and error. So if I can do it, you can do it. So stay tuned, grab a pen, grab some paper, get ready to take some notes. I'll see you on the next slide. Bye. What's going on, guys? Dan Kump here. So I literally just shot a video upstairs about a completely different subject, but what I want to do is I want to show you guys how to make an iMovie. I've had a lot of you guys message me, text me, and just talking to me at a conference I was at last week about how to make an iMovie, and people have said, oh, I gotta learn how to do that. So I'm just going to take you through the process right now. So hopefully you guys can watch, take some notes, and this video might take a little while because I want to take you through kind of step by step how to make an iMovie. If you have a PC or another device, I'm on my my MacBook Air right now, and if you have something other than a MacBook or a Mac product, I'm not really sure, then you can watch this video. But either way, you can still follow along. But so hopefully you guys will get some value out of this, and I'm literally going to take you through the process just like I do. And so get a paper, get a pen to write some notes down. And obviously, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me on social media. But you can also just pause this video, go back, rewind, and figure it out. Now, so what I just did is I shot another video upstairs. I'm actually going to make an iMovie using that other video that I just did. So I'm kind of making a movie about making a movie, which is kind of weird, but just follow along. And just so you know how I got to the screen share right now, if you guys go down to QuickTime and then go up here to File, all right, you're going to want to do New Screen Recording if you actually want to do a whole screen recording, which I've done other videos and shown you guys how to do stuff as far as creating sales funnels and how to create Facebook ads. You would use this feature right here, screen recording, and the new movie recording is this box that's popped up right here. So that's kind of how we're doing that. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to minimize my face so you guys can see what's going on right now. All right, so I just opened up iMovie. If you guys don't have it open on your bottom tab here or your side tab, wherever you guys have all your icons, literally just go into Launchpad, and then you should have iMovie right in there. So you want to open up iMovie, and then we go into Projects, which is what I'm in right now, and then just go to Create New, and then just go to Movie. I'm going to try to move pretty quick because I don't want this video to literally take all day. All right, so one of the things that we're going to do is, first thing we want to do is we want to get some videos. So just here under Moments, you can see where it says Moments. You can see what it does is it puts everything in here kind of into order of, when you actually, because it's pulling it out of my Photos library right here. See that? So the moments are coming out of my Photos library. So what I'm going to do is just grab what I did today, double tap that, open that up. And here's the video that I just did. You can see me. I don't know if you noticed this. Super Bowl champs, Patriots, 4 times. Just saying, throwing that out there. All right, now just click, hold on to it, and drag that down here. Okay. So that's the first step. So we got the video. Now, what I'm going to do is, this looks really short. So obviously, we're just going to, I'm not using a mouse right now. I'm literally just using the touchpad on the MacBook. So just using 2 fingers, I'm literally just going to hold them and then spread them apart. And that'll open that whole thing up. And now you can see it's obviously a lot longer, but it gives me some opportunity to work here a little bit. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to shorten the beginning and I'm going to shorten the end, because usually when I do videos I have a clicker. But my clicker actually broke because it was in my pants pocket and it got put in the wash, so that's not working. But either way, we still have a way around that. Now, just going to go back to the very beginning of the video, hit play, and as you can see, so now all I'm going to do is get rid of this beginning part where I'm talking, and I'm just going to click. As you can see, I'm just grabbing the side of this. I'm just going to click and drag that right to the point where I start talking, which is right about there. So I'm smiling. I'm going to stop it right there. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the very end, and I'm going to do the same thing. So you can see I'm just going to, I'm not clicking right now. I'm just kind of holding my mouse over this, and I'm kind of scrolling along. Or I'm just not, I'm holding the touchpad. I'm scrolling along. And so right now, real quick, I'm going to jump around a little bit here, but just again, follow along. The whole video is 19 minutes long. I really wanted it to be about 10, but I rambled on in this video a little bit here, but I guess there's a lot of value in there, so I'll kind of leave it. And basically what I'm doing is I'm scrolling along until the point when I stop talking. Usually I end my video by saying something like, see you at the top of the mountain, and then bye-bye type of thing. So should be right about here. Yep, there it is. Okay. And we're going to leave it right there. So that is again, I'm going to click the end of that video, slide it along, right about there. Okay, and we go back just to make sure that it comes in correct. You're just going to tap once at any point in here, and we're just going to listen and make sure it sounds okay and it edits out okay. All right, so that ends perfect. Now, what I usually like to do either at the very beginning of my videos or at the end of my videos is I'll usually put my kind of website. I have like this little 13-second intro that I had on Fiverr. And just so you guys know, I'll pop this up here for you real quick. So if you guys go to Fiverr, Fiverr.com, you guys can go and just search anywhere on the site, and you guys can literally have things made for $5. So right now I'm actually having a custom Facebook picture made. So when I go to my home page, I'm actually having this cover photo designed with the website and my Instagram handle on it, and I'm having that done on Fiverr right now. And what's cool is you can actually have you can see this is what it's going to look like right here, but I already sent a revision in for them to go back and kind of trim some of this stuff off. And I know I'm sidetracking here, guys, but again, this is all just kind of part of the process. All right, so, oops. Hey, what's up? Boom, pull that down. Pull iMovie back up. All right, now, so one of those website flashes, I'll kind of show you what that looks like. Now, I'm going to put some more media in right here, so you're just going to hit this down arrow right there. Okay, and it should be able to pull up this. Now, one of my downloads is this guy right here, and I'll show you what this looks like in a second. So just going to double tap that. Boom, there it is. Click, hold, and drag that right into here. So when this ends, it's going to go right into that little tag or little video with my website. So you'll see what that looks like here. All right, so that was a little loud. We'll get into the volume settings in a little bit. So obviously we want all the volume between all the videos to be congruent. We'll get to that as we get towards the end of this video. So now my video ends and it goes into that tag and it pulls that information up. Okay, so far so good. Now, what I want to do, a couple of points during this, video. Let me just go back to the very beginning. Just hit the back arrow. We're going to watch this, make sure it starts off okay. All right, perfect. So not too much of a delay. Literally, as soon as you hit play on this video, it's going to start talking right there, which is good. That's where we want it. Now, notice up here we're in iMovie. We're going to go back to library. So what I'm going to do is, at one point during the video, I start talking about social proof. I took a couple of pictures that I'm going to incorporate. I'm going to incorporate that into this video as an overlayment, and you're going to see what I'm talking about there, just so people can actually see specifically what I'm talking about. When I reference social proof, I'm going to pull up a couple of these pictures, and I'm going to overlap that, and I'll show you guys how to do that right now. So as I'm going along, I'm just looking to the point when I want to be talking about social proof, which should be soon. All right, social proof. Okay. I just need to listen for a second as to where we're at with that. That's actually perfect timing. So right there at 2:52, what we're going to do is we're going to take some of these photos. So you click and drag, and you're going to leave that literally right above your video, right about there, okay? And I'm also going to take the next one, click and drag that. We're going to put it right next to it, okay? Boom. And there's actually... we're going to go back to moments because there's another one that I want to use with that. Let me open all these up. Oh, let me go back again. No, that's not the one I want to use. Bear with me here, folks. This is the one I wanted right there. But where? Bear with me, I just got to figure out what date that was. It goes back a ways. Here we go. So this is the one I want. I'm going to click, drag that, go down over here. Okay. And I want to grab one more. So social proof, you guys will see what the hell I'm talking about when it comes to social proof. Nope. Or, nope. Drats. When was it? Was it Monday? Well, that was a Monday. Sunday. You know what? I guess we could just leave it at that for now. But there was... oh, wait a minute. I know what I did with it. Sorry, my B. I left it on my desktop. So we'll see if we go into downloads, desktop. This is what I wanted to do. Sorry about that. That kind of took a little while. Social proof. I even took the screenshot and I named it that. All right, now again we're going to click. We're going to drag that, put that right over here. All right, so now while I'm talking, these, notice, see how they're kind of going over the video? I actually don't want them to go over the video. And one of the reasons why in the video I'm kind of, let me go back to here. One of the reasons why I'm kind of standing off to the side of the screen is I can kind of use this corner to put some of these images in. So if you just click on the image itself, and then you go up here to this little crop mark right there. One, we want to see, you can see where the slide starts and where the slide ends. So it's going to pan down right from there. So it's going to start up here and then it's going to end down in this section right here. I specifically wanted to show the $1,200 commission. So that way, see how it scrolls like that? But we're actually going to make this a little bit longer, but we'll get to that in a second. Now, I don't want the video to be blocked out by the entire picture. So this little icon right here, okay, we're going to click on this. Instead of a cutaway, what we want to do is we want to do a picture in picture, okay? So you can see it right there, and we're just going to make that, boom. So that's going to go like that. Can even make that a little bit bigger. Now we want each picture to look like that too. So we're going to go up here. We want a full slide from the top all the way to the bottom, just like that. We're going to go this. Cutaway, we want picture in picture. So we're going to do that for all 4 pictures, okay? Let me just go back to this one. Make sure we want it to be about the same size as the other one. And they might not be perfect, but as long as it's close, that's what we're looking for. And again, if you guys have any questions on this or you guys get lost, just pause the video, rewind, go back, because there's a lot of information in here, guys. So I don't want anyone to feel overwhelmed. And the only reason why I figured out how to do this was literally trial and error. I didn't watch any videos on how to do an iMovie, but you know, the Mac product itself, the Apple products themselves, they're pretty easy to use once you guys start using them. But all you got to do is play around, and that's literally all I did. So I'm showing you what I learned through trial and error. Okay. So cutaway, we want picture in picture. Again, there's the picture right there. I'm going to blow that up, and I don't know why it's not coming out. That. Okay, there we go. Boom. Let me just go back. That one. And they're all roughly the same size. Again, last picture. We're going to go up, crop it. Okay. Oops. That's start. We want start over here. Then we want end. There we go. Okay. So we have a start and an end. I kind of want that quote in there. And I also want this to be a little bit bigger. All right. And then go back to cutaway. We want picture in picture. All right. Now, so now to make sure that you guys noticed in these pictures here, okay, that literally it starts up here and it slides down this way. We want to make sure that within the video, if I just, oops, let me see. Now, we just want to make sure that there's enough time to slide through each one. So what we're actually going to have to do is we're going to have to make these photos drag out a little bit longer. So right now they're only about, you know, there may be a half a second that they're up there. So we're going to make these photos a little bit bigger. So how you do that is you're literally just going to grab the end of the photo, just like that. And you can see how it has the seconds on it, how long it's going to be on there. So what we want to do is we're going to make them about 5 seconds a piece and see if that's enough time to slide. So in order to do that, you're just going to grab the right, oops, my bad. You're just going to grab the right hand of each photo. But I might have to, we're going to slide this out of the way for now just so we can make each one of these a little bit bigger. If you guys happen to hear my kid fussing in the background, no worries. He's just watching his Mickey, doing his thing. All right, let's see. This is sometimes where a mouse would come in a little more handy versus me just using my finger. But it still works. You can still do it. All right, so I'm going to make it just over 5 seconds long. So that way they're all about the same length. They're all pretty congruent. This one seemed like it was a little shorter. All right, we'll get these all side by side, okay? And then we're just going to go back and we're going to watch it and make sure that they end up looking okay. Okay, so I'm going to just tap that right there. We're going to start this and go. You can see the oops right there. See where it's hanging out? So we're just going to tap on that. Picture in picture. Again, we just need to make this one a little bit bigger. Okay. And drag that down to that bottom right hand corner so it's there with everybody else. So we just go back to here and we're going to watch that again. So I like this last one. We're just going to drag this one out just a little bit more. We're going to make that last one 10 seconds because there is a lot of social proof in there. A lot of people liked and commented on that. So I might even take this last one, and just to get access to that again, you got to go back to picture in picture. Make sure you're tapped actually on the photo itself. We're going to make that one a little bit bigger. All right. So as you just kind of click and just kind of tap this and follow along. You can see all the videos. So as I'm talking about social proof, I'm just giving examples of social proof too, okay? So kind of what that looks like. Now, the other thing I want to do here, there's a lot of little things, like one of my last videos I made, I had a lot of cutouts, a lot of different stuff going on. But the other thing that I want to do is, as I'm going through this video, I write 4 key tips down. So once I write each one, so you can see when I write the number 1 and I start to write social proof, right about here, at that point, okay, what I want to do is I'm going to add some text in. I'm going to put some text in this lower left-hand side that also states what I'm writing up here. You don't have to do that, but it's just a nice little added touch, okay? So we're going to go over to titles, okay? Just tap that. And one of the things that I like to use is the pop-up in the lower third. And there's different, you can put text all over the place, different types of text that fades in, that pops up, that falls out, all types of stuff. I like to use the lower third myself. So what I'm going to do is you just double tap that, okay? See your text here. And I'm just going to go back and I'm just going to write social proof. I'm just going to write exactly what I'm talking about. All right, and then just hit enter twice, and now that one's there. So that way we can go back and we'll see that it's going to come up. It goes away pretty quick, but again, just like the pictures, I'm just going to tap on that, and I'm going to make this box a little bit bigger. Just wait till those arrows show, and then we can click and we can drag that, and that's going to be about 11 seconds. What I could even do, I think, no, I don't want to get rid of that. All right. That about 5 seconds again. And what we can do is we can raise this up. I'm just clicking on that box and I'm raising it up. Oh, it doesn't want to let me do that. Because what I want to do, no, it's not letting me do that. Anyway, that's a long, let's see. Oh, you know what I'll do too, is I'm actually going to actually write the word 1 with the outer parentheses there. Social proof, again, double tap, double enter that, and that's good to go. So that's there for 11 seconds. That's long enough. So we're going to scroll through. I want to get to point number 2. I'll even write that. Let's add another box in. So I talk about security, so I'm just going to write security, okay? Okay, double tap that, boom. That is really short. We're going to make that, wait till you get to the outside of the box, we're going to make that about 15 seconds long. You can make it as long as you want, but I'm just going for 15 seconds because it sounds good, and that's what I want to do. All right, so next thing, once I get to number 2, I'm going to scroll through. Once I get to number 2 and I start writing that, I use my hands a lot, huh? All right, authority positioning. So once I write that, again, double tap on that. Oops. All right, authority positioning. Okay. Once we have that, oops, and again, this is number 2. So sorry guys if this is a little boring for you at this point, but again, I just wanted to show you guys specifically how we're going to do this and how you guys can make an iMovie. It's really not that difficult once you just kind of play around a little bit more. And we're going to leave that up there for about 15 seconds, okay? And then after authority positioning, again, I'm just kind of lightly holding my finger over the mouse pad, and I write simplicity, so we're going to write that. So basically, right about there, 647, double tap. Again, arrow. That's it. Double tap. That one's good to go. Okay. Stretch that out. About 15 seconds. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so we're good there. Now, wait until I write the third thing. which is value. Okay. So you guys get the point. That's that. Okay, we're going to make that again just like the other ones, about 15 seconds. All right, so now my dogs are acting up. All right. And granted, I could probably chop this video up. I could edit it all the way down, but I want you guys to see also, as I'm making this too, really how much time it's going to take to make the entire process. It's really not that difficult. You just need to experiment. And I don't know how many videos I've made in iMovie, but it's really not all that difficult. All right, so waiting just to get to step number 4 here. Okay. So your story. Very, very important part here when you guys are in the online marketing space is having a story. All right, and that's it. So we're just going to hit that box. Yeah, we'll make it about 20 seconds. Okay, good. And I think one box that I'm going to put in right at the end here. Always nice to have a little CTA or call to action at the end of your video, which I always try to do, and you guys should always try to do as well. Okay, so that's it. The video is pretty much done. I have a little bit of overlayment in there, a little bit of editing. So I could do more than that, but again, I don't want to make this too complicated. You guys get the idea. If you guys want to put more videos or more pictures or other videos, you could even have other videos on top of your main video here in a little cutout box, or you could do a cutaway instead of doing, the image in the corner. You could completely cut it out and do the whole do the whole picture. You just need to make sure that if you're doing a video on top of a video, you mute the sound. So when it comes to sound, guys, you want your video and you want any other stuff that you're going on to be all at the same level. This is where you're going to need to experiment just a little bit. All right. So what I'm going to do is we're going to look at this volume, and I know this volume was a little bit low compared to the volume of this, because this is high definition. This is a very high quality soundbite here compared to the video. Obviously, I'm standing. All I did is when I made this video, guys, I just used an iPhone. I didn't use any microphones. I didn't use anything fancy. And even now, as I'm talking to you guys right now while I'm recording this, I have my Beats headphones on, and they're just plugged into my MacBook. So I'm not using any fancy equipment. I'm just kind of using stuff that most people have, which is an iPhone or a smartphone and a pair of headphones. That's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to raise this volume up a little bit. We're going to bring it to about 120 something percent. And I'm going to go into this volume. So you got the little volume icon clicked on right there. And we're going to lower this down. I'm going to bring this down to about 40%, which is kind of where I have it for some other videos. Again, it doesn't have to be exact. We're not looking for exact when we go into the volume. We're not looking for exact numbers here. Just scroll it and slide it to where it sounds good. So we're going to listen to the end of this video and go into the tag here and just make sure that the volume is pretty close. Okay. All right, so that tag is still a little loud. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to raise this volume up just a smidge, and then I'm going to bring this tag volume down just a smidge too. Okay. And we're going to go back and we're just going to listen to that one more time. All right. I can live with that. Could you? Good. All right. So at this point, guys, the video's done, and all I'm going to do now is I'm going to save it as a document on my MacBook here. And as I save that, then what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to upload it into YouTube. So the one tip that I can give you guys, all right, is when you save it, the only thing you got to do to save it now is literally just go up into this top right-hand corner, and you're just going to hit this up arrow, and you're going to save it as a file. Don't save it as an image, save it as a file. And also, you're going to want to name it. So if you're going to post this video to YouTube, obviously you want to try to share this with your audience, either in as an email, or you can post it on Facebook or whatever. But for YouTube ranking purposes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to name this document almost the same thing that I'm going to title my YouTube link as, and that helps your YouTube ranking. So I'm actually going to title this Digital Altitude. We'll just call it Marketing Tips. Okay. Now, once I move it over to YouTube, I might, put a little hyphen in there and then put a little tag after that. But I'm just going to call this Digital Altitude Marketing Tips, and that's going to also, anyone that's searching on YouTube for Digital Altitude, that's going to help. That might even pull up this video on how to make an iMovie. One doesn't have to have anything to do with the other, but sorry, not making an iMovie, but specifically this video that I just made about marketing tips, because they all kind of tie into each other. All right, so we just save that. You'll see the little wheel spinning up here, and that'll start saving that. And then other than that, you're good to go. So that is a quick gist, guys, on how to make an iMovie, how to move it over into your documents and get it ready to upload to YouTube. So the next thing that we're going to do is once that video is finishing loading, you're going to get a little message that pops up here and that says video successfully loaded. For some reason it's taking a little longer than it normally does, but anyway, and then all you would do is go over to YouTube, hit upload, and just wait for that, and you hit upload here, and then you would just go into your documents, and then you would see that video. You can see other iMovies that I've made right there, and then just double tap or tap once and then hit choose, and then that video will upload to YouTube, and then you're good to go. But that's pretty much how you do it, guys. So if you have any questions, just reach out to me on social media, and I hope you guys got some value out of that. And leave a comment or like this video, subscribe to my channel if you guys got value out of this, and I will see you guys on the next video. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.